So a couple of things real quick. I've been reflecting on this whole abortion debate, right? Where the left is pretty much saying you won't let them murder their kids, so they're going to murder the country by voting in a dullard because she's stunning and brave. Okay, let's rewind that a little bit. There was a time in this country when a lady walked into the room. Not in every case, but in most cases, men would stand a little straighter, right? They would clean up their act a little bit. That's because women had a moral authority. At least they were viewed as having better morals than men, because they were the gentler sex. They didn't resort to violence quite so easily. You know, all that kind of stuff. You know, I think women have given up that moral authority. And it's a shame. It really is. You know, even the British military, reflecting on what caused the American Revolution, blamed two general groups. They called it the black-robed militia and the sewing circle. They said these are the two biggest things that kicked off the American Revolution. Preachers and morally upright women. Because the preacher had a moral authority, and so did the woman. If a woman, for example, were to call a man a coward in public, there's a good chance that dude's going to be doing the out in the woods. Because how do you get past that? A woman called you a coward. That's like devastating. That's a rap for your ass. Don't believe me? Look at World War II and the White Feathers. You know what the White Feathers were? They were a group of women assembled by the British government in order to prod young men into serving in World War I. What they would do was, if they were walking around London and seen a 16-year-old boy with all of his limbs and no uniform on, they would harangue him and call him a coward in public and throw white feathers on him. And that boy would either kill himself or go join the military and kill himself in World War I. So women did have a moral authority. But I think when women in this country are going to vote on one issue, the abortion issue, and they're going to murder the entire country because they can't murder their own kids as often and as readily as they used to. You can still do it everywhere, right? I mean, all the overturning of Roe v. Wade did was kick the decision-making back to individual states. And quite frankly, what's wrong with that? Really, I mean, what's wrong with that? States were supposed to be petri dishes of democracy, right? They were supposed to be different, individual, and unique. The reason why we have so much infighting right now in our political process is because the federal government, the overarching government, has gotten too large, and it's usurped the authority of the individualized states. This started with the Civil War. It used to be people in this country referred to this country as these United States, not the United States, these United States, because the states were individual and sovereign. And if you lived in one state and you didn't like it for one reason or the other, laws or culture or rules or regulations, then you could move to a state that more readily suited your desires, right? You could move to a state that better fit you, alleviating the problem. You don't like West Virginia politics? You move to the left coast. Done. Problem solved. West Virginia doesn't allow abortions up until 2 months after birth. I can't. That's horrible. But in California, you can abort them at 14 years old. All right. There you go. Problem solved. No. The fact that women are being rallied to vote for Kamala Harris, stunning and brave, and I guarantee you the majority of women in this country will, is just, it's insane to me. It's insane to me. Talk about low IQ voting. And this is the thing, you know, ladies, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You don't pay for your vote. You really don't. If you vote in a bad politician that kicks off World War frickin' IV, all right, World War III, what are you going to do? Are you going to be at first formation Monday morning, 05 stupid? Probably not. I'll bet those apron strings would be tight around your waist at that point to avoid that, wouldn't you? See, young men have to sign up for the draft in order to vote. That's why men voted and women didn't back in the day. Because men would be held to account if they voted wrong, if they voted stupid, and they got themselves into trouble. But now here you come along, no price to pay for the vote, and the only reason you're going to vote for a candidate is because that candidate may or may not give you the ability to murder your children. I mean, can you think of any bigger betrayal in the universe? The one being, even more so than the father, the one being as a baby, as a fetus, which just means offspring, as a baby, that you're supposed to be able to rely on to protect you, is going to be the one that kills you. And let's be honest, 99.9% of the time, it's just because, I want to go to college. It's not rape, incest, life of the mother. It's like 0.1% of all abortions. Most of it is, I just don't want to have a baby right now, so I'm going to kill it. And I'm going to vote to ensure that that can happen. Everything else be damned. Economy, wars, all of that be damned. And the people who vote based on race, they're actually even worse. But yeah, that's all I got. My ponderings for the day. Have a good one. Happy Tuesday.